This week has been a welcome change from the dreary winter months. The sun has been shining, the skies have been clear, and the air has been crisp and dry. It's the kind of weather that makes you want to spend all day outside. Many parts of the country have experienced a much-needed dry spell. This has been a relief for those who have been dealing with flooding and waterlogged gardens. The break in the rain has also allowed the ground to dry out, making it easier to get outdoors. While this pleasant weather has been a welcome respite, it's important to remember that it won't last forever. In fact, a significant change in the weather is just around the corner. So, enjoy the sunshine and mild temperatures while you can. Last week, parts of the UK basked in temperatures as high as 19 degrees Celsius, a delightful surprise for this time of year. The unexpected warmth brought a sense of joy and excitement to many, as it felt like a preview of the beautiful days to come. It was a real treat for everyone, especially after enduring the cold and often gloomy winter months. The parks and beaches were filled with people eager to make the most of the sunshine, creating a lively and vibrant atmosphere. These unseasonably warm temperatures were a welcome reminder that spring is just around the corner. The sight of flowers beginning to bloom and trees starting to bud added to the sense of renewal and hope that comes with the changing seasons. People flocked to parks and beaches to soak up the sunshine and enjoy the feeling of warmth on their skin. Families gathered for picnics, friends met up for walks, and children played joyfully in the open spaces, all relishing the rare opportunity to be outdoors without the need for heavy coats and scarves. The warm weather also brought out an array of spring flowers, adding a splash of color to the landscape. Gardens and parks were suddenly alive with the vibrant hues of daffodils, crocuses, and other early bloomers, creating a picturesque scene that lifted everyone's spirits. Daffodils and crocuses could be seen peeking out from the ground, their bright petals a sure sign that winter is finally releasing its grip. These early flowers are always a welcome sight, symbolizing the end of the cold season and the beginning of new growth and life. As the snow melted away, it revealed the first signs of spring, with flowers breaking through the ground and the landscape transitioning from a winter wonderland to a spring paradise. This transformation is always magical, as it brings with it the promise of longer days and warmer weather. This early taste of spring has lifted spirits and given us all a much-needed boost after the long, dark winter months. The sunshine and warmth have encouraged people to get outside, engage in outdoor activities, and reconnect with nature, which is so important for our well-being. It's been a chance to shed our winter layers, enjoy some outdoor activities, and simply bask in the feeling of the sun on our faces. Whether it's a leisurely walk in the park, a game of frisbee, or just sitting on a bench and soaking up the rays, these moments of sunshine have been a true gift, reminding us of the beauty and joy that spring brings. However, all good things must come to an end, and this spell of mild weather is no exception. Forecasters are predicting a significant shift in the weather pattern starting next week. This change will bring an end to the unseasonably warm temperatures and usher in a much colder air mass. The transition is expected to be quite abrupt, with temperatures plummeting within a matter of days. This sudden shift will be a shock to the system after such a prolonged period of mild weather. It's important to be prepared for this change, and to make sure that you have appropriate clothing and gear for colder conditions. While it's always sad to see the sunshine go, it's important to remember that this is all part of the natural cycle of the seasons. By Tuesday of next week, temperatures across the UK will be noticeably colder. A significant cold front is making its way from the north, bringing with it a sharp drop in temperatures that will be felt across the entire country. This cold front is expected to bring a sudden end to the relatively mild weather we've been experiencing recently. Daytime highs will struggle to reach average for this time of year, and a biting wind will make it feel even colder. The wind chill factor will be significant, making it feel several degrees colder than the actual temperature. People are advised to dress warmly and take precautions against the cold, especially during the early morning and late evening hours when the wind will be at its strongest. The change will be most dramatic in areas that have been enjoying the warmest temperatures, such as the southeast of England. Just a few days ago, people were out in parks, enjoying the sunshine and relatively warm weather. This sudden shift will be a stark contrast, catching many off guard. It's a reminder of how quickly weather conditions can change, and the importance of staying informed about upcoming weather patterns. Overnight lows will also plummet with widespread frosts expected across the country. These frosts will be particularly severe in rural areas where temperatures can drop more rapidly than in urban centers. Motorists should be prepared for icy conditions on the roads, and homeowners are advised to protect their pipes and plants from the freezing temperatures. In some rural areas, particularly in Scotland, temperatures could drop as low as -4 degrees Celsius. This will be one of the coldest nights of the season so far, and it could lead to hazardous conditions, especially in remote areas. Residents in these regions should take extra precautions to stay warm and ensure they have enough supplies in case of any disruptions caused by the cold weather. This will be the first real test for gardeners who may have been tempted to plant early flowering varieties during the recent mild spell. These plants are particularly vulnerable to frost, and gardeners will need to take steps to protect them, such as covering them with frost cloths or bringing potted plants indoors. It's a challenging time for those who have been trying to get a head start on their spring gardens. It's a stark reminder that winter is not over yet, and that we need to be prepared for the possibility of further cold snaps in the coming weeks. As we move through the final weeks of winter, it's important to stay vigilant and ready for sudden changes in the weather. Stocking up on essentials, ensuring your home is well insulated, and keeping an eye on weather forecasts can help you stay prepared for whatever winter has in store. This cold snap will be a stark contrast to the mild weather we've been experiencing. It serves as a reminder that winter can still pack a punch, even as we approach spring. The sudden drop in temperature can be a shock to the system, both for our bodies and for our homes. It's important to take steps to protect ourselves from the cold. This includes dressing warmly in layers, wearing a hat and gloves, and taking extra care when venturing outside, especially in icy conditions. We should also ensure our homes are adequately heated and that any vulnerable neighbors or relatives are coping with the colder temperatures. The upcoming weather change highlights the variability of the UK climate. The UK is known for its unpredictable weather patterns, where one can experience all 4 seasons in a single day. This variability is a defining characteristic of the region's climate. We can experience a wide range of conditions within a short period, from balmy spring-like days to freezing winter nights. One moment, you might be enjoying a sunny afternoon in the park, and the next, you could be caught in a sudden snowstorm. This rapid shift in weather conditions keeps residents and visitors on their toes. This unpredictability is part of what makes the UK weather so fascinating, but it also means we need to be adaptable and prepared for anything. Carrying an umbrella and dressing in layers are common practices for those living in the UK. The weather forecast is a daily topic of conversation, and people often check it multiple times a day to stay informed. This shift from mild to cold weather also serves as a reminder that climate change is a complex issue. The fluctuations we experience locally are just a small part of a much larger global picture. Climate change is not just about warming. It's about increased variability and unpredictability in weather patterns. While we may experience periods of unseasonably warm weather, this doesn't negate the overall trend of rising global temperatures. These warm spells can be misleading, making it seem like the climate is not changing, but they are actually part of the broader pattern of climate change. In fact, some scientists believe that these extreme weather events may become more frequent and intense as the planet continues to warm. The data collected over the years shows a clear trend of increasing temperatures and more extreme weather events, such as heat waves, storms, and heavy rainfall. It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in addressing climate change and reducing our impact on the environment. Simple actions like reducing energy consumption using public transport and supporting renewable energy sources can make a significant difference. Additionally, participating in climate change protests and advocating for policy changes can help drive collective action towards a more sustainable future. Communities across the UK are already taking steps to combat climate change. From community gardens that promote local food production to the installation of solar panels on rooftops and the increasing use of electric cars, these efforts are paving the way for a greener future. Every small action contributes to a larger movement towards sustainability. Education and awareness are also crucial in this fight. Schools are incorporating climate change education into their curriculums, teaching the next generation about the importance of protecting our planet. Recycling initiatives are becoming more widespread, encouraging people to reduce waste and recycle more. Ultimately, the goal is to preserve the beautiful landscapes and natural environments that make the UK so unique. By working together and making conscious choices, we can ensure that future generations will be able to enjoy the same natural beauty and diverse weather patterns that we do today. So, while we can, let's enjoy the last few days of this unexpected warm spell. Make the most of the sunshine, get outdoors, and savor the feeling of warmth on your skin. Take a walk in the park, enjoy a picnic lunch, or simply sit outside with a good book and soak up the rays. This brief respite from winter won't last long, so let's appreciate it while we can. Soon enough, the colder temperatures will return, and we'll be longing for the days of sunshine and mild weather. But as we enjoy this final taste of warmth, it's also a good time to start preparing for the colder weather ahead. Dig out your winter woolies, make sure your heating system is in good working order, and stock up on any essentials you might need for colder days indoors. By being prepared, we can ensure that we're ready to weather the coming cold snap comfortably and safely. And who knows, perhaps we'll even get another glimpse of spring-like weather before winter finally releases its grip.